Nobody. Okay, I'm going to ask for some cooperation here because we want to get this proceeding, this very special meeting on rolling here. So if everyone could please try to find a seat. Do we have overflow for people?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Room 2A is serving as an overflow room.
So I think unless somebody tells you you can't be where you are right now, you can probably be in the room. But there is broadcast of it in room 2A. I'm going to leave it to the staff to say what. But we're gonna start with having our mayor-elect and our two new council members-elect escorted into the room. So that's why I wanted to, somewhat clear in the back so we can do that. Because he really. So thank you for the escorts from our police department and welcome to the meeting. Mayor-elect Salinas and council members-elect Roche and Syrup are in the chambers now, and It is my great pleasure to call this very special meeting of the Hayward City Council to order and ask all of you to please stand for the presentation of the colors.
Detail. Halt. Colors are present.
Please post the colors. And now, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce three young people from our city. Liliana Perez from St. Bede Catholic School, Drake de Guzman from Eldridge Elementary School, and Anna Tran from Hayward High School. And if you're wondering why those schools were chosen, you can ask Mayor-elect Mark Salinas after the meeting, and he knows the answer to that. And so they will be leading us all in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we will hear the Star-Spangled Banner sung by members of the Mount Eden High School Choir. And here they come. So I think we can be seated. us. We can all be seated, okay. And I will ask Madam City Clerk to please call the roll.
Yes, Madam Mayor. Good evening. Councilmember Andrews.
Present.
Councilmember Lamnin.
Present.
Councilmember Marquez.
Present.
Councilmember Salinas.
Present.
Councilmember Cermeño.
Presente.
Mayor Halliday.
Here,
Thank you.
for the last time, but yes, here. All right. Now, we have come to public comments, the public comments part of our meeting. And I'm going to have to, this is your opportunity to comment on any items not otherwise on the agenda. And I would ask that we try to keep comments as brief as possible tonight, because we have we have some business to conduct, as you know. We are going to be changing some seats up here. And so, Madam City Clerk, Ms. Lenz, are there any members of the public who have signed up to speak?
Yes, Madam Mayor. I believe we have Ms. Linda Mandolini.
Linda Mandolini, okay.
I think I'm technically speaking to something on the agenda. Linda Mandolini, CEO of Eden Housing. I could not let tonight go by without giving you an official thank you, Madam Mayor, Councilmember Lamnin, and former Councilmember Wahab, Senator Wahab, for your great service in service to affordable housing in the city of Hayward. And Barbara, I just want to thank you on behalf of the board, the staff, and all of our residents. And I have a little something for you that we signed. It's a picture of you presiding over a ribbon cutting here in Hayward at a very famous project at the BART station, signed by many of the Eden staff and some of our board, just to thank you. So.
Oh my gosh, that is just wonderful. Thank you so much. This was Altamira. And yes, it's a ribbon cutting. I won't have to do too many more of those. The actual cutting of the wreath, but anyway. But you can come to our parties and yeah, thank you so much. I'll be there.
And I just want to say, affordable housing doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you all vote yes. And I won't speak again. So congratulations to all of the new people, and we look forward to working with you. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mandolini. And the sentiments are reciprocated for all of the wonderful work you and Eden Housing have done over the years in this city. We are a standout in the Bay Area community because of you. Madam C, I'm going to have you call them
Yes,
because I don't have
Definitely. Yes, Mayor. Next, we have Sam Cagle. Please come forward.
Hello. I'm here with very mixed emotions today. I'm Sam Cagle. I'm the Regional Public Affairs Manager for the East Bay Division of the League of California Cities. You're one of the 33 cities I'm very fortunate to work with. So I'm here to express gratitude. Mayor Halliday, you have served as a past president of the East Bay Division, and I had such a blast, and it was such an honor working with you in that role. You have such a wonderful spirit, and you really inspired people to get involved and to advocate for their city and for cities statewide, and I'm so grateful for that. You also served as chair of our Revenue and Taxation Policy Committee and served on that policy committee for many years, and so I want to thank you for that. It's a tough issue area, and you did a great job of leading that. You also served on various ad hoc committees and things like that throughout the years for the division, such as the nominating committee. I appreciated your passionate, fiery nature. Thank you for being such a strong advocate for not only your city, but cities statewide when we'd hold meetings with our state legislators. I want to thank you for your hard work and your dedication to Cal Cities, and most of all, thank you for your friendship. I really hope that we stay in touch.
Oh.
Councilmember Sarah Lamnin. I want to thank you also for your hard work and dedication to Cal Cities. You became an instrumental member of and then chaired our Governance, Transparency, and Labor Relations Policy Committee. You always did your homework and then some, and you became one of the most knowledgeable members on CalPERS and pensions, a really difficult subject area. You even spoke on panels on this topic at Cal Cities conferences and frequently went to Sacramento to advocate on these issues and others. I'm grateful for our partnership over the last years and grateful for our friendship, and I hope and know that'll continue. Councilmember Wahab?
She's behind you.
I'm like, wait a second. Congratulations on your election to the state senate. I look forward to working with you in your new role, and please know that my door is always open. When issues come along that impact cities, feel free to contact me. I look forward to working with you. Again, congrats. And to those of you who just got elected, Mayor-elect Salinas, and then council members-elect Syrop and Roche, welcome to the Cal Cities family. I look forward to our work in 2013 and beyond. And yeah, I managed to do that in under 3 minutes. And thank you for the opportunity to be here. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cagle. We always felt that we had the best regional rep in the California League of Cities in you, and it was a pleasure working with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mayor Halliday, Ms. Cagle was the last speaker.
Okay, so we'll close public comments then, and we will move on to comments from our city manager, Ms. McAdoo.
Thank you, Mayor Halliday. I'm just making sure I'm not missing. Oh, sorry, we have, Miriam, we have one more person who would like to get up and speak, if it's not too late. Okay, Aaron, are you here? You can come down. There he is, there he is.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank the whole City Council for all of your support here in the community of Hayward. I want to say thank you to Francisco, Elisa, for all the support that you've provided La Familia. Mayor Holliday, I can't thank you enough for all the support you've provided La Familia and the work that we do. Sarah, we're going to miss you as well. We're going to miss you, Mayor Holliday. And Angela and Elisa, thank you for all the good stuff that you do when it comes to Christmas and the gifts that you get. And for Mark, what can I say about Mark? I look forward to having not only good times with you, but really working through the challenging times that our community faces and supporting all the work that needs to be done. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone. Just wanted to make it short. Have a great evening. It's your night. Congratulations.
Thank you. And likewise, I think our sentiments for La Familia and the amazing work you all do in this community. So, I believe we can now move on to comments from our city manager, or
I'm sorry, Mayor, I believe we have one more, an additional
Okay.
speaker. Sir, could you come forward? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Apologies, I'm sorry. Fellow council members, Madam Chairman, Ms. McAdoo, my name is Manny Flores, and I just want to say, give my thanks to Aisha. She's moving on to higher places, I guess, but I just want to congratulate her on all the hard work that she did here in Hayward. And it's that, I'm drawing a blank. Rent control, that was big. And I was proud to be part of it, coming here and speaking. And I was remember Mr. Salinas standing up and say, hey, you know what? And kudos to you, Mr. Salinas, what you did. So I just want to congratulate all the hard work that she did, and I wish her well. And I think we should have more of these resolutions, because collectively, this is a smart board, and they can continue on, not just stop there. And Hayward can make things happen. I've only been here 6.5 years, you know, and I tell you what, I ain't moving. And I'm very happy here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. I think I'm getting the signal that we can now close
Okay.
public comments and go on to comments from our city manager.
Great. Thank you, Mayor Halliday, and good to see you. It's so nice to see such a full council chambers this evening for such a great event. Just a couple orders of business since everyone is here listening. I did want to announce that obviously given who we're swearing in this evening, and then we had another resignation that the city will be seeking applicants for the Planning Commission, and that will open tomorrow, and that the applications will be, let me just see here, they will open Wednesday, December 14th, and will be due no later than Thursday, January 12th. The applications will be available online at the city's website. Obviously, former Planning Commissioner Julie Roche will be sworn in this evening, and then Zachariah Okenda has resigned from his seat on the Planning Commission. So in order to make sure that the city can conduct its planning business, we're going to conduct a special recruitment for the Planning Commission. And I don't see her online right now, so I'm not going to have the mayor read the commendation that we have for her, but I just wanted to say a special thank you to our Assistant City Manager, Jennifer Ott, who announced her resignation from the city to go be the City Manager of Alameda, which is awesome for Alameda, a huge loss for Hayward for anyone who has worked with Jennifer, but we're very pleased that we still have our amazing other Assistant City Manager, Regina Youngblood, and I've been lucky enough to promote our Finance Director, Dustin Clausen, to Assistant City Manager, the second position. So we wish Jennifer all the best. We have a commendation from the council for her. I'm not going to read it this evening since she's not online, but I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge her service, as her last day will be December 16th. So thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Yes, and I'd like to certainly add my appreciation for Jennifer Ott, who came to us originally from the city of Alameda, where she was on the staff, and has spent the last, how many years is that? 4 or 5 years, and done amazing work. I mean, a lot of the work accomplished by staff is from behind the scenes, and you don't necessarily see that, but a lot of the housing that you are now seeing and will be seeing going up on what used to be the 238 corridor, and that was going to be a freeway, that housing owes a lot to Jennifer Ott and her work to make it happen. And so we really are going to miss her, but we to move into a position of being a city manager is great, and she will be the city manager, or is the city manager of Alameda, and so she's still in our Alameda County family, and we will look forward to continuing to work with her in that capacity. So now we're going to move on to our first item of business, which is adoption of a resolution acknowledging the receipt of the certificate of election results and official canvass of the general municipal election held on November 8th, 2022, and declaring the results thereof. And we will hear from our city clerk, Ms. Lenz, on that.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, good evening, Mayor, council members, council-elect, executive team, Hayward candidates, special guests, and community members. Thank you for joining us this evening. Go ahead and advance the slides. There we go. So it is my pleasure to address the City Council during this special meeting where the City Council will be asked to adopt a resolution acknowledging receipt of the certificate of election, the official canvass, and declare the results of the general municipal election, which was held on November 8th, 2022, as all of you know. On November 8th, the City of Hayward conducted a general municipal election, which was consolidated with the general municipal election. The election was authorized to be made by the Alameda County Register of Voters in accordance with city resolutions. The election was for the office of mayor and the office of council member, each with 2 seats. Candidate Mark Salinas ran an uncontested election for the office of mayor. He was the only candidate on the ballot. Julie Roche, George Syrup, Dan Goldstein, Sherman Lewis, Tom Ferreira, Amal Issa, Sunita Rapan, and Michael Lima were the 8 candidates who ran the office of council member. I hope they are here this evening. The total number of ballots cast on November 8th was 32,042, which represented a 40.27% turnout. Mail ballots cast was 29,434, and the number of election day ballots was 2,608. On December 8th, the Alameda County Register of Voters canvassed the return of the election for the office of mayor and the office of council member for terms of 4 years each. According to the statement of results of all the votes cast, for the office of mayor, Mr. Mark Salinas was declared and determined to be the elected mayor with 24,914 votes and elected to a full term of 4 years, commencing in 2022 and ending in 2026. According to the statement of results for the office of council member, Ms. Julie Roche was declared and determined to be elected council member with a total of 11,863 votes and elected to a full term of 4 years, commencing in 2022 and ending in 2026. As to the statement of results for the second office of council member, Mr. George Syrup was declared and determined to be elected council member with a total of 8,183 votes and elected to a full term of 4 years, commencing in 2022 and ending in 2026. Staff is recommending that the council adopts a resolution acknowledging receipt of the certificate of election, results the official canvass, and declares the results thereof. Mayor Halliday, that concludes the brief presentation. This evening, you may open public comment and follow with council action if you wish.
All right, well, first I
Thank you.
will ask if anybody on the council has any questions, and not seeing any, we will move on to public comment on this item. I'll open public comment, and we do have requests to speak from 2 people. I don't know if they're coming up together or separately, but Diane Shaw and Murphy McCauley. All right, Mr. McCauley. Hello.
Good evening. Well, first off, I think Diane is going to join me. My colleague is going to join me online, I believe. But first off, let me just say that I want to take this opportunity to thank the voters of Hayward for supporting me in my effort to run for AC Transit Board representing Ward 4, which includes obviously the city of Hayward. I'd like to also commend the Mayor Halliday, Council members Lambden and Wahab, for all the work that they've done to make Hayward what it is today. When I drive around the city, you should be very proud of what you've accomplished in this, and I wish you the best for the future. Also want to congratulate Mayor Salinas, council members-elect Roach and Syrup. I look forward to working with you and representing AC Transit, and hopefully can make this transit system better for our community. So congratulations.
Thank you. Is Diane here? Diane Shaw? Yes. Don't. Okay. So is anyone else want to make a public comment on this item before we move on to a council vote?
And Mayor Halliday,
Oh.
my apologies, but I don't know if Diane is attending via Zoom.
I don't.
Just wanted to give the opportunity to raise her hand if she is.
There is a Diane.
But I don't see that she's.
Oh, there
we
she
go.
is. She's raising her hand. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I was trying to be there in person, but traffic and trying to take transit up to Hayward was not working for me today. But
You mean AC Transit?
it was going to take too long to get up there. But I just wanted to say congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with the current council and Mayor Halliday. You guys have done some amazing work. Working on the ILC over the last few years, I've seen all of the work that you and your staff have done, and you should be proud of the work that you've done. And I congratulate Mayor-elect Salinas and the new council members, Rose and Srop, that are coming in, and I look forward to working with them. So thank you guys very much for all that you do for Hayward, and I think it shows. So congratulations, and congratulations to our new Senator Wahab. Thanks.
Okay. Yes, and we really do appreciate all the work that you and Mr. McCauley both do as members of the AC Transit Board, and the collaboration with the city. And it may not be working tonight, but I think it works most of the time. And it's a good way to keep, to reduce our carbon footprint by taking public transportation. So with that, then I will call for a motion. I will close public comment, okay, and call for any council comments. And you're just going to have to physically raise your hand because we're not on the same. But I'm not seeing. So I would actually. I am going to make a motion myself tonight to accept. Let's see. What are we actually doing here? We are I am going to move to adopt this resolution acknowledging receipt of the certificate of election results and official canvass of the general municipal election held on November 8th, 2022, and declaring the results thereof. And I'll look to my left here to Councilmember Lamnon to perhaps second the motion, if she will.
I would be honored. Thank you.
All right. With that, if there's no one wanting to comment on that, Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll on that motion that was made by me and seconded by Councilmember Lamnon?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Councilmember Andrews.
Aye, congratulations.
Councilmember Lamnon.
Aye.
Councilmember Marquez.
Aye.
Councilmember Salinas.
Yes.
Councilmember Cermeño.
See.
Mayor Halliday.
Yes. And the motion carries with 6 aye votes. 6, yes. And I do want to mention, in case any of you are wondering why our 7th council member, who really should be up here, but the state wouldn't let her, is my understanding. And she did have to be sworn in to her just last week, I believe. So she is not allowed to hold another office while she is serving as a state senator, which I don't know, is kind of a silly rule, but anyway, that is the rule, and that is why she is sitting down there in the front row rather than up here with us. But we're glad to have you with us tonight anyway in the room, and I know we all thank you for your service and have enjoyed serving with you. So with that, I'm going to now turn this over to our city manager. Again, Kelly McAdoo, she's coming down to the podium there, and I think she has some presentations.
I do, and since our mayor is one of the individuals being honored, I get to be, I guess, master of ceremonies for this part of the meeting. So the first, I want to just recognize our new state senator, Aisha Wahab, and for her service on the city council. We have some recognitions that I'm going to read for her. Now you can pretend I am former Assembly Member Bill Quirk. I would like to present this certificate of recognition to Aisha Wahab. On behalf of the California State Legislature, you are hereby honored for your commitment and dedication to the City of Hayward, in acknowledgement of your service on the City Council for 8 years, in addition to serving on the Alameda County Human Relations Commission, Abode Services, the Afghan Coalition, and the Tri-City Volunteers. Your dedication to serving your community has been truly commendable. Your positive leadership and service throughout the years has been an invaluable asset to the City of Hayward. Best wishes on your future ventures. Bill Quirk, Assembly Member, 20th Assembly District. This is the only night I get to be an elected official. It's very fun. Now I'm the Board of Supervisors. This is a commendation of the Board of Supervisors of the County of Alameda to Aisha Wahab, honoring her dedication and service to the City of Hayward on December 13th, 2022. Whereas Councilmember Aisha Wahab made national headlines when she won her seat on the Hayward City Council in 2018 as the first Afghan-American woman elected to public office in the United States. And whereas prior to her career in public service, Councilmember Wahab worked at nonprofits, was involved in community organizing, and worked in technology. And whereas Councilmember Wahab previously served as chair of the Alameda County Human Relations Commission and as a board member for nonprofits, the Afghan Coalition, Abode Services, and Tri-City Volunteers. And whereas Councilmember Wahab has also served as an Alameda County Public Health Commissioner and an organizer and speaker at the Bay Area Women's March. And whereas in 2013, Councilmember Wahab was selected to join the White House Roundtable of Afghan American Leaders. And whereas Councilmember Wahab has worked as an advocate and organizer for seniors, women, and children, she is dedicated to addressing issues including housing affordability, civic engagement, education, and economic inequality. And whereas Councilmember Wahab has implemented policies that reduce economic inequality, expand homeownership opportunities, support small businesses, and strengthen safety nets for seniors, women, children, and working families. Now, therefore, this Board of Supervisors does hereby commend Councilmember Aisha Wahab for her 4 years of outstanding work, dedication, and faithful service to the citizens of the City of Hayward. This board wishes you well as you move to doing great work as State Senator of District 10, Keith Carson, Nate Miley, David Halbert, Richard Valle, and Dave Brown. Okay, and lastly, a few things of tokens of our appreciation from the City of Hayward. Most important, your parking garage sign.
I do love this.
Have a official retirement plaque in recognition of your valuable years of service to the City of Hayward with the dates of your term for council. Thank you. Your early retire, right? I know, early retirement. Oh, one more, sorry. And your dais placard. And this is the one I love the most. Hayward thanks you for your service with photos of a number of variety of community events and things that you've participated in throughout the years. So thank you for your service to the City of Hayward. And please feel free to make a few comments.
I hope that you have a bigger office now to put all that stuff on the walls.
All right. Well, I will say it's bittersweet, if you will, right? It's actually one of my first times coming back in the chambers, post-COVID and speaking from here. So I really want to thank everybody for being here. And a very warm congratulations to the 2 new city council members. I'm very proud of you guys. But I just genuinely want to thank the people of Hayward. The residents and community members that have voted for me to represent them 4 years ago, and even today, I really could not do it without all of you guys, from labor to Democratic Party to the everyday person. Really, really do appreciate, just as the only renter, the youngest woman ever elected, and a person of a different background, you genuinely took a chance on me, and I want to thank you for your vote of confidence, if you will. So I really want to say 4 years ago, I remember, sitting up there and going through the process, and I will say that when I was sworn in, I did, if you guys remember, I did promise to ruffle feathers, and 100% I delivered on that. And I also promised that I would advocate for the people and champion the issues that matter to us, which is housing, economic justice, public safety, and ensure Hayward was a regional leader. Today, I can say that together, we did just that. A little walk down memory lane, we did increase the minimum wage. We increased rent stabilization from 1,000 units to 10,000 units and really helped a lot of people there. We passed tenant protections, increased affordable housing, brought in new businesses, improved the airport economy. I sat on the airport committee, which you would never assume that you know what to do on an airport if you've never flown a plane, but we did that, and we have more mental health and de-escalation training for all of our public safety officials, have an independent investigation for all officer-involved shootings that result in a death, and have our paramedics, fire, handle our mental health and homeless calls. We were the first to respond to COVID, from a free testing facility in this region to the first city to introduce an eviction moratorium. We made sure employees had fair contracts, better pay, and even a down payment assistance program. We made sure businesses were protected, kept afloat, and prospered during COVID. And we have had regular meetings with our school board, opened a library, and made sure that our most vulnerable students have hotspots and Chromebooks. I'm very proud of the work that we have done as a city with the support of staff and all the residents. Hayward's median income level has increased, and in 3 short years, we actually reduced our homeless population by 22% and have a positive financial outlook. So I delivered on the promises that I made, and I do just want to say that it's incredibly important that we serve the people. There is no question that I have disagreed with, many of my colleagues, many of the staff members, but I also think that it made the discussion that much more powerful, the policies that much more better, and I've always believed in discussion, the details, and the outcome, and I believe we're better for it. To the city staff, I want to thank all of you for your patience, your input, and your dedication. I specifically want to say that I've seen you. I hope to work with you all in this new role. Our firefighters, police officers, and everyday staff that have worked hard, been challenged, and know that I genuinely have seen all the hard work you guys have done. The people that are often unseen doing the work to make this city better, even during COVID. You are truly the heart and soul of this great city, and please feel free to reach out to me and let me know how I can be of service. I want to wish Mayor Halliday in your long term as our mayor, but also the work that you've done in the city from your time on the commissions to the work as an elected official. I hope that you have a very happy retirement, and I wish you well. And I want to say to colleague Lamnin, congratulations on your win. I genuinely wish you well and wish you the best on the hard board. And to Mayor Salinas, congratulations. I've sat next to you for a number of years, right? We've whispered to each other, things like that. And I really do believe that our city will be moving in the right direction. If I can be of any support, any service, please let me know. And again, to the entire city council, I really do hope that, this is a new chapter, and I hope everyone leads with their hearts, and I know that that's the goal of this entire council and this city. That is why Hayward is the heart of the Bay, and I'm honored to have been a servant to the public in this city and hope to do a little good in this world. Thank you again, and to all of you, congratulations.
Thank you. And next, we will be honoring Councilmember Sarah Lamnin. I'm going to start with reading certificates from Assemblymember Quirk, the Board of Supervisors, allow you to make some comments, and then you can come down and get your City of Hayward swag. So from Assemblymember Bill Quirk, Certificate of recognition to Sarah Lamnin. On behalf of the California State Legislature, you are hereby honored for your commitment and dedication to the City of Hayward. In acknowledgement of your service on the City Council for 8 years, then elected to Mayor Pro Tem in 2021, in addition to serving Hayward on the Hayward Planning Commission, Sustainability Committee, Citizens Advisory Commission, and much more. Your dedication to serving your community has been truly commendable. Your positive leadership and service throughout the years has been an invaluable asset to the City of Hayward. Best wishes on your future ventures. Bill Quirk. And a commendation from the Board of Supervisors for the County of Alameda, honoring Councilmember Sarah Lamnin for her dedication and service to the City of Hayward. Whereas Councilmember Sarah Lamnin was elected to the Hayward City Council in June of 2014 and re-elected in November of 2018. And whereas Councilmember Sarah Lamnin has extensive community involvement and has participated in the South Hayward Neighborhood Collaborative, the Eden Area League of Women Voters, the American Association of University Women, the South Hayward Neighborhood Improvement Committee, the Hayward Coalition for Youth, the Gay Prom, and the Eden Area Matrix North Hayward Collaborative. And whereas Councilmember Sarah Lamnin also became active in city government, serving on the Hayward Planning Commission, the Hayward Sustainability Committee, the Hayward Citizens Advisory Commission as co-chair, the South Hayward Community Festival, and founder of Alameda County Tools for Schools Collaborative. And whereas Councilmember Sarah Lamnin has extensive professional involvement with the Hayward Chamber of Commerce, the Hayward Rotary, California Parks and Recreation Society, the National Council for Therapeutic Recreation, a member of Local Progress National Housing Affordability Learning Cohort, and whereas during her 8 years as a Hayward City Council member and 2 of those years as Mayor Pro Tem, she led efforts to ensure sound management of tax dollars, environmental sustainability, decreased homelessness, and increased transparency and public participation in local government. Now, therefore, this Board of Supervisors, County of Alameda, does hereby commend Councilmember Lamnin for her 8 years of outstanding work, dedication, and faithful service to the citizens of Hayward. This board wishes you well in your future endeavors. Keith Carson, Nate Miley, Dave Halbert, Richard Valle, and Dave Brown. And I will turn it over to you, Councilmember Lamnin, for some words.
They really did some digging there. I forgot about a few of those. Anyway, good evening, everybody. It is absolutely bittersweet to be here, as Aisha said. It is such a joy. The last 8 years, we have done so many amazing things in this city. When I think about where we were and where we are now, it's astounding. I mean, this was a great city to begin with. We all know that. But seeing homelessness decline by 20%, knowing that we changed the way we deal with issues, that we are a more inclusive city, that we are a place that is considered welcoming and exciting. We are one of the most, the highest attractors for venture capital in the region that includes Silicon Valley. I mean, this is an amazing place, and you all know that, and I am so excited and grateful to have been a very, very small part of any of that. It is incredibly important to thank the people who helped make things happen. And so I want to start with that guy sitting over there, my wonderful husband, John Zimmerman, my Sarah Support Services. Thank you. To my parents, who taught me many, many things, and the importance of valuing people as individuals, of asking good questions, and being ready to always learn. To my colleagues, current, and my colleagues past, thank you for teaching me, for standing with me, for challenging me, and for making good stuff happen for our community. Good luck to our 2 newly electeds. The city is indeed in excellent hands. To our staff, thank you. All of you made these things happen. You do the work, you make sure that the community is involved, you make sure that the community knows about it, and have pushed beyond what we thought was possible to make amazing things happen. Thank each and every one of you. And to the community of Hayward, thank you for 8 years of service on this board, for 16 years worth of collaboration through commissions and council, and for the trust in me to continue to serve. To my future colleague and general manager at Hard, I look forward to working with you. Thank you all. The best is yet to come.
Okay, and as you come down, we have.
Sorry.
Yep.
About to not leave my seat, so I gotta.
Yeah, I know. Grab all your stuff.
We'll safeguard it for you.
There we go.
Okay, we have your official Hayward retirement plaque from July of 2014 to December of 2022. I have- John may have to come help you. Your official parking sign from the garage. And lastly, oh, and also your council dais name tag there.
There we go.
And we have just a lovely compilation of photos from some events from your time on service in the council. So congratulations. Thank you.
Hang on one
Okay.
second.
Yep.
Let me put things down so that it's not gonna work yet. All right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and lastly, Mayor Halliday. I'm going to give these to Sarah.
Thank you.
There we go. And I will start with a recognition from Assemblymember Bill Quirk. On behalf of the California State Legislature, you're hereby honored for your commitment and dedication to the city of Hayward. In acknowledgement of your service on the city council for 10 years, then elected to mayor in 2014, in addition to your over 20 years serving Hayward on the Planning Commission, Citizen Commissions, and task forces. Your dedication to serving your community has been truly commendable. Your positive leadership and service throughout the years has been an invaluable asset to the city of Hayward. Best wishes on your future ventures, Assemblymember Bill Quirk. And next, we have a commendation from the Board of Supervisors of Alameda County, honoring Mayor Barbara Halliday for many years of outstanding accomplishments and service to the city of Hayward. Whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, and whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday earned a Bachelor of Arts in American Studies from the University of Virginia and studied journalism at the graduate level at the University of Maryland. Thereafter, she worked as a newspaper reporter covering local governments in Elkton, Maryland, and Alexandria, Virginia. And whereas Barbara Halliday moved to San Francisco in 1979 and finally settled in Hayward in 1986 with her husband, Rick Imsdahl. And whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday soon became active in the West Hayward community, helping lead a protest of Caltrans' original plans for rebuilding the 880 Route 92 interchange to the surrounding residential neighborhoods. And whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday became active in city government, serving on the Hayward Planning Commission, the Citizens Advisory Commission, and the Growth Management Task Force. And whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday has served on the Hayward City Council since 2004 and was elected to a 4-year term as mayor in 2014 and re-elected to a second term in 2018. And whereas as a member of the Alameda County Mayor's Conference, she served as the organization's appointee to the executive boards of the East Bay and Association of Bay Area Governments. She has also served as a member of the board of directors of the National Civic League since 2020. And whereas Mayor Barbara Halliday has presided over major project approvals, bringing energy, ideas, and a problem-solving spirit with a focus on advancing policies that support equality, opportunity, and safety for all members of the Hayward community. Now, therefore, this Board of Supervisors of Alameda County does hereby commend Mayor Halliday for her 28 years of outstanding work, dedication, and faithful service to the citizens of the city of Hayward. We wish you well in your retirement journey. Keith Carson, Nate Miley, Dave Halbert, Richard Valle, and Dave Brown. So in addition, you will receive your retirement plaque from the city of Hayward. Your parking sign is down here.
I'd
And
rather
also,
have the parking space, but I know.
I know you have to give up the parking space, unfortunately. And then also your dais nameplate. But in addition, given your numerous years of service to the community of Hayward, we have a special video tribute that we'd like to play for you right now.
Hi, Barbara. Who could have known that moving to the city we love, starting to volunteer, and getting involved in our Southgate Homeowners Association would lead to what it did? A 32-year career of public service to the city of Hayward as a commissioner, a 3-term city council member, and a 2-time mayor.
With the passage of Measure C, we were able to build this beautiful downtown branch of Hayward Public Library and this gorgeous Heritage Plaza right across the street. With the new building and under the leadership of our wonderfully inspiring and fun Mayor Barbara Halliday, we were able to
You know, there's always technology issues. It doesn't usually happen when we have so many people in the room, though, but...
and this gorgeous Heritage Plaza right across the street. With the new building and under the leadership of our wonderfully inspiring and fun Mayor Barbara Halliday, we were able to expand library programs and services to focus on literacy, art, and poetry to really enhance the lives of Hayward residents. Measure C also helped us bolster public safety budgets, helped us reinforce the fire stations, and also helped us build a new fire training facility for this region.
On your watch, Mayor Halliday, we've become a more fiscally resilient city. We've upgraded our fiscal forecasting model, committed to maintaining 20% in general fund reserves, fully funding the annual costs of meeting our employee pension and retiree health care commitments, as well as making additional payments towards reducing these costs in the future as possible.
Mayor Halliday, Hayward has stepped up like few others to respond to the homelessness crisis, and that begins with the support of you and your City Council colleagues. Since November 2019, when the Hayward Navigation Center opened, we are housing about 10 individuals per month permanently, which means Hayward residents will be permanently housed, and we just want to thank you so much for your stewardship, for your leadership, for your vision, for your tenacity, for your boldness. So happy retirement. This will be such a legacy for many, many years to come, and Hayward is so grateful for your leadership.
We got our start here in Hayward in 1968, and we wouldn't exist, nor would any of our work exist, without the incredible political leadership that the city has demonstrated. Barbara, you have really exemplified that. Whether that's creating housing for people at the high end of the spectrum or people who don't have a house, your leadership has resulted in more than 4,300 people being able to have a place to call home here in Hayward. From all of us at Eden, we're really, really grateful for your work. And for me personally, it's been fabulous to have you as a female leader in this universe, in my universe. You were leaning in before lean in was a fashionable concept. So really, on behalf of all of us and the many people that you've helped get a home, thank you so much for all that you have done.
All of the changes you have shepherded us through, Mayor, have made us a better city, a better community, and a better city government. From the Firehouse Clinic to our response to COVID-19, you've always been forward-thinking and supportive, innovative approaches to serving the community. We are grateful, we will miss you, and yes, as we recently discussed, Mayor, we will always be friends.
Under your leadership, Mayor Halliday, Hayward has become a municipal leader in environmental protection and responding to climate crisis. We are doing this through renewable energy procurement and generation, investment in recycled water infrastructure, sustainable building codes and construction practices, by keeping pollutants out of the bay, and by planning to adapt the Hayward shoreline to rising sea levels. And we are getting results. We set an aggressive 2025 greenhouse gas emission reduction target of 30% from 2005 levels. Just last month, we announced that Hayward is beating this mark, having cut emissions by 42.7%.
I'm relatively new to the organization, and Mayor Halliday's foresight is part of the reason that my position was created, to add some executive capacity to racial equity work throughout the city. One example is the City of Hayward's participation in the Government Alliance on Race and Equity, or GARE. GARE is a national network of government agencies working together to achieve equity and advance opportunities for all people. The City of Hayward has trained more than 30 employees to lead equity work throughout the city, leading to more equitable services for Hayward's residents.
Mayor Halliday, under your leadership, we passed Measure 00, opening service on city boards and commissions to all residents by eliminating a restriction that excluded people who were not registered or couldn't register to vote.
I've known Barbara for several years. And in knowing her, I knew her when she was on the city council, way before she became mayor. I think she has done the best that she could for this community. And she is a person of great character. I'm very proud that the fact that I have gotten to know her, and not only was she a mayor, but she also became my friend. We wish you well in everything that you're going to do, and I hope your retirement is as good as it should be.
Greetings, Mayor Halliday. Here are the 3 essential requirements we need in our leaders: compassion, composure, and a clock. I repeat, a clock. Because in my role as city attorney during the last 15 years of your 18 years on the council and as mayor, we have always worked against the clock. And the last few years have been more intense than any time in my memory. When I needed direction or a decision, you got us there. As the hot button issues became more challenging and the council more combative, you grew as mayor. You made my life much easier because you grasped the complex issues and evolved to be the leader the council needed, in real time, right now. Compassion and composure define leadership, but I also appreciate you had your eye on the clock.
Barbara, I've been impressed with your response to everything I've ever requested from you, both as a friend and as a mayor and as a city council member. One of the things we got to know each other was our love for the Southgate Swim Club, and we actually sold you our membership. You've been wonderful. We had problems in the neighborhood. A couple different neighbors were creating problems, and I was able to get input from you and actually have you come down with other representatives of the city to resolve the problems. And our neighbors were so happy because of it, and we were too. But those were the types of things that you always came through for us with any neighborhood issue or any personal problem at all. We knew we could phone Mayor Barbara because you were always there, and I sure do appreciate everything.
There are multitudes of memories that pop up in my mind when reflecting on the decades of knowing and working with you. Meetings, events, tours of sites, all revolving around creating a better environment in which everyone can thrive here in Hayward. And whether it's a memory of when you were acting as council member, mayor, or on a personal note, you were always genuine and always fully present. You always graciously gave your undivided attention. Also, you were and are a bundle of energy and a dynamo that was very much appreciated by all of us who wanted to see changes in Hayward. And boy, have we really made wonderful changes in Hayward with you at the helm.
Barbara is somebody who really cares about our community. I found this out because when Barbara decided to run for city council, I volunteered on the campaign with some others in our community to help her get elected. And then I did the same thing when she decided to run for the mayor of Hayward. Barbara and I walked quite a few times on the neighborhood where I live, which is Oaks Drive in Hayward. It's a hill, but Barbara was quite willing to walk up that hill with me and meet a lot of the wonderful neighbors here in my community and let them know what she wanted to do to make Hayward more beautiful, more business friendly, more open to families and people from all over the world that live and have Hayward as their home. So Barbara, I want to say thank you so much for your leadership, helping the city get through both struggles and successes. I'm very proud of the leadership of Hayward, including you, Barbara, during the time of COVID-19 and providing all the services and needs that our city residents needed.
My first impression and lasting impression of you, Barbara, is the fact that you are a reader, and it shows. Reading, in my opinion, is an act of listening and creates empathy that serves us all so well. So thank you for being our public servant in the highest office and serving our community so faithfully and well.
It was amazing working with you as the leader of the City Council, because you really empowered all of us to be the best that we could be and to lead in our own way. Such a collaborator. I really, really appreciate you for that, always will, and I'm very, very proud of all the things that we accomplished together.
Hi Barbara, I'm Pauline Russo-Cutter, the Mayor of San Leandro, and I just want to wish you well on this well-deserved retirement from public office. But knowing you, you're not retiring from the community, because that's what you do and that's who you are. And we're very thankful for your service. I am going to miss you. This is the people part of the job that we're going to miss. But you, like me, are so involved in your community that it really makes a difference what you do and what you say, and that person is you.
Mayor Barbara Halliday, City of Hayward. I'm going to miss you, but I congratulate you on your retirement. And I do want to let you know that up until the time you became the mayor of Hayward, I didn't feel as connected to Hayward as I have since you've become mayor. I think the relationship between the two cities is stronger because of the relationship you and I had. I wish you well in your retirement, and I know I'll be seeing you around.
I have known Mayor Barbara Halliday for the 4 years that I have been mayor of Alameda. We know each other because we served together on the Alameda County Mayor's Conference, the League of California Cities, Alameda County Transportation Commission, and also ABAG and MTC. And it's been such a pleasure serving with Barbara, but also getting to be friends with her and having personal time to just chat and share ideas. And recently, this past September, we were both down in Long Beach for the annual League of California Cities conference, and we shared an Uber back to the airport on a rainy Friday afternoon. And it was a little bit of a long ride, but it went so quickly because we just chatted the whole time. I learned so much about Barbara, how she started out in elected office in Hayward, her deep love for her city. I am going to miss having you as a fellow female mayor in Alameda County, and just miss your good nature and also your wisdom. Such a wise woman. And I know Hayward is going to miss you too, but is greatly appreciative of all your wonderful service.
Barbara Halliday, I have loved being a mayor with you, and not just any mayor, a woman mayor. You have been such an incredible colleague. I have enjoyed your wisdom, your sense of humor, your friendship as we have gone on this incredible journey, navigating crises, a global pandemic, but always knowing that we have each other's backs. You are incredible. You will be missed, and I can't wait to just have a glass of wine with you once we are both through that tape of being mayors in Alameda County. I love you. Congratulations.
Mayor Halliday, Barbara, I can't believe the time has come to officially congratulate you on your retirement from elected office and to wish you all the best as you and Rick now get to enjoy some well-earned vacation and relaxation. It's been a distinct honor and pleasure to have worked with you during my 12-year tenure with the City of Hayward, and particularly in my current role as city manager. I couldn't have asked for a better mayor to work with as I took on my first city manager job 6 years ago. You're always willing to listen to all sides of an issue, to reach out and collaborate with others, and most importantly, you've never forgotten your roots as a community activist. It was so inspiring to listen to the other speakers in this video talking about the amazing accomplishments and projects that have occurred in Hayward during your tenure. Hayward is a better community as a result of your balanced and community-focused approach to public service. In addition to everything else that has been mentioned, I especially appreciate your fierce support of the arts, as well as our kids in our schools in Hayward. Before we entered the COVID shutdowns, there wasn't a week that went by when you weren't telling me about the latest production at Mount Eden High School or the last play by the Roos Elementary School Shakespeareans. I also love how you always showed up dressed for whatever event you were attending, and often in costume or some themed outfit. But most importantly, I have appreciated your fierce commitment to and support of the Hayward community since the day you and Rick made Hayward your home. You've always done your job as a council member and as mayor while keeping a firm stance on what would be best for Hayward. You did this while on council, but also while serving as a representative on the Alameda County Transportation Commission, the Association of Bay Area Governments Executive Committee, the National Civic League Executive Board, League of California City Policy Committees, and in many other regional and state capacities. And you've done all of this with professionalism and while earning the respect of your colleagues from around the state. Lastly, and on a more personal note, I want to thank you for always being a champion for working women and for other female elected officials. You blazed a trail in both capacities, and I have personally appreciated your guidance, your mentoring, and your advice through the years. I know Councilmember Salinas will be awesome to work with in his new capacity as mayor, but I think as a city manager, you never forget your first mayor. Best wishes for a well-deserved retirement from public life.
Just 2 months ago, Barbara and I had an enjoyable 3-day stay in Boston. A visit to the JFK Library brought a flood of emotions from us who, as youngsters, were so inspired by President Kennedy. To paraphrase some words of his chiseled into the marble wall that spoke to us so clearly, I entered politics to try to improve the lives of people. I think that says it all.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you for your service, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for Eden Housing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Halliday.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you have done.
Thank you.
Wow. That 8 years went by really fast. 18 years went by really fast, but I guess we did get a lot done. And fortunately, I wrote some things down, and I will be brief, I promise. But thank you, everybody who had a part of that wonderful thing that I will just cherish for the rest of my life. I'm going to start, though, with Rick here because he started that film, and I mean, he was the first and almost the last to speak. And I don't think that people realize the strain that is put on families sometimes when we elected officials have so many responsibilities, and it sometimes leaves home life a little, the chores and all of that. And I just, I want to thank you, Rick, for standing by me all these years and being really my rock. And Letty, if you ever get really frustrated or, just need to, vent a little about not seeing your husband for several days or chores not getting done at home, I'm sure Rick would be glad to lend an ear. But if Rick is the greatest love of my life, being the mayor of this city is and always will be the greatest honor of my life. And I thank all of the people of Hayward who have let me serve, who have supported me and let me serve for all these years. And it's just been a great time. To borrow a little from Dickens, I do like to read. It has included both the best of times and sometimes the worst of times, but the greatest thing about this job is getting to know and work with so many talented people doing great things. All the people in this film, from outside of the city of Hayward government, people like Linda Mandolini and so many of the others who spoke tonight, our business people, it was wonderful to see our bookshop owner, Renee, on that film. Just getting to know all of them. Most of all, though, the people who support us are the staff. And I think we have the best city manager in the entire world. I hope I don't knock this down. Really, and I'd like everybody to give her a big round of applause right now because so so much of that work. Kelly. And along with our wonderful, long-running, almost as long as I've been on City Council, Michael Lawson as our city attorney and Miriam Lenz as our city clerk. Those are the three city employees that the council appoints and oversees, and no city has better people in those positions. And I just can't thank all of them enough for, they are three of the finest and most dedicated public servants you would ever find anywhere in the world, I think. So, and I just can't go into every staff member, but I mean, the executive team, everybody who works at the city gives it their all and is out there helping our community every day. I do want to mention the support we get in the mayor's office, and I do want to thank Chris Bondock, who has been my right-hand man, organizing my calendar for the last year, and before him for 7 years in the mayor's office, Colleen Kamai, plus the rest of the crew up there, Tia Trout, Marcelina Pabros-Clark, and the recently departed Rosalinda Romero, who served the city. They're responsible for a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I really wanted to mention them. I had so many mentors for this job and colleagues over the years, but I had two mayors that I served on the council while they were mayor, Mayor Roberta Cooper, the late Mayor Roberta Cooper, and also Michael Sweeney, who has served the city in so many ways. And I think I saw him here earlier somewhere tonight. I don't know if he's still here, but yes, thank you so much. I learned so much from you, and then, other mentors I had, I have to mention Doris Rodriguez, the late Doris Rodriguez, whose council seat I kind of took when she decided not to run again, another Southgate, activist. And, of course, along the way, I see my good friend and longtime campaign manager. We like to yell at each other, but I think we're really good friends, Kevin Dowling. And then the other one I'll mention tonight is, I think he started out being sort of a protege, but became truly a mentor too, and that's Al Mendel. I know he is here somewhere tonight too. And all of the others in the past. And then for the people up here now, first of all, Aisha, congratulations, and you will continue you may not be up here, but you will be continuing in a big way to serve this city, and we look forward. I know, all of my colleagues who are staying up here will look forward to working with you in your new capacity. I'm sorry, I called you Aisha. I should have said Senator Wahab, but congratulations again. And we've been working together for 4 years, and that's gone well. And where'd she? Oh, she's down there already. Councilmember Lamnin. Wow, she got elected to the council the year I got elected mayor, and we have done so much work together, and she has contributed so much to this community, and will continue to do that on the hard board. Elisa took my seat we appointed her just as this new council will be appointing somebody to fill Mayor-elect Salinas' seat in a few weeks. And I couldn't be prouder, and it has been such a pleasure to work with you. She is really dynamic. You have a great leader in Elisa. Francisco, now we have been colleagues on this council for the longest, and Mr. Hayward himself, such a cheerleader for our city that I have had to hide the fact that I sometimes go out of the city limits to buy things. I've really hidden that from him. Not often, but yes, I do it. And Angela, our newest council member and a real dynamo, and she's done a lot in her capacity as city council member, and is about to put Hayward on the silver screen. You can ask her about that later, and stay tuned, but it's been a pleasure working with you. I am so happy to see Well, first of all, I'll mention that I'm thrilled about the election of our two newest members of the City Council, and I'm just really sorry that I won't get to serve with you guys, but I'll be watching. So Julie and George, you're going to be up here in a minute and taking over, and I'm glad that you are. I know the city is in good hands, and absolutely the city is going to be in good hands with Mayor Mark Salinas. You know, what kind of a city is it? We truly are a city with heart, and Mark and I ran against each other twice for the position of mayor, and yet here we are, colleagues, friends, collaborators, and I just couldn't be happier to turn the city over to someone who has his deep commitment, deep roots in the city. And I love children. I don't have my own, but I do love children. That's been one of the fun things to do, being mayor, getting out there. Well, I don't know anybody in the city who has as much commitment to the young people of our city as Mark Salinas with all of the work he's done. So congratulations and good luck. We all know that we who serve, nobody accomplishes any of this. All of that in that film, nobody accomplishes anything alone. It is only through working together. And working together, we have accomplished a lot. And I'll just mention, getting the city through COVID, helping our residents and businesses through that. Our new library, and Genty is just, has done a great job with it. And even though we had to close it down a couple of months after it opened, but it's open again. Go back and visit it if you haven't, and it's doing great work. And if you can't get to the library, maybe you can encounter Kirby out there on the street. Let's see, building a lot of much needed housing, improving the city's financial outlook. That I am really proud of how far we've come, even with the setbacks we've had on occasion. But housing has been a huge issue, and both in Hayward and throughout the region, and continues to be. I'm really proud of our environmental record, and we have just wonderful people in our public works and department that have made this city a true leader in many ways in combating climate change and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. And and our economic development department and the committee and all the new businesses, hopefully, that we have attracted in the past, and hopefully will continue to do as we see our downtown and the businesses throughout our city, recover from COVID. So I'm just proud to have been a part of all of that work. And I know that the work is not done, and it will continue on without me. This isn't goodbye, because I'm staying around. We're committed to living in Hayward, and we'll certainly be, be around at events, and we'll see us throughout the city. I'm actually looking forward to I will be moving up in the city organization chart as well, because you know who is at the top of our city organization chart? It's not the mayor, it's not the city manager, it is the residents of Hayward, and I am one of them, and I will continue to be one of them. And this is just a difficult evening for me, but to leave, because I've grown kind of attached to the job. But I just want to once again thank everybody for all the kind words and actions this evening and during the past few weeks. But now it is time for me to pass this gavel on and leave the dais, and I'm happy to do it. And thank you, everyone.
So I think some of the colleagues of the individuals who've just departed the dais maybe want to make a few quick words as the mayor makes her way down here to sit next to Rick for the rest of the meeting.
I'll go quickly. We've got a long agenda, but I just wanted to thank my former colleagues, Senator Wahab, Councilmember Lamnin. Look forward to continuing to work with both of you in your new capacity, and just wanted to thank the mayor for her leadership. She's truly allowed each and every one of us to be our own individual person and bring our own values and ethics to this body. So thank you, Mayor Holliday.
I have comments that I will deliver later.
Thank you all for those great words from the mayor. I did not expect her to mention us today, so that just speaks to her character. Thank you so much for always being approachable. When I first moved here, she was one of the first people I met, and she didn't act like a mayor. She just acted like Barbara. So I just appreciate that. And congratulations to Senator Wahab. I know you're going to continue to do great work up there. Don't forget about us. I won't let you forget about us. So look forward to working with you. And former Councilmember Lamnin, I am so happy that you're going to be part of HARD. We have a great partnership with them, and I know you're going to be just a strong advocate for Hayward. So thank you.
I believe the mayor and I moved to the city of Hayward the same year, 1978, and we both became very attached to the city because she has a great heart, and I believe that she does have a great heart, just like as big as Hayward. Thank you, Mayor.
Now I think we're ready for swearing in.
Definitely. The next item on our agenda is the installation of our new mayor and council members. It is truly an honor to administer the oath to Mr. Mark Salinas. If you could please join me at the podium. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Testing, yeah, okay.
It works, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to follow this. So Mr. Mark Salinas, please raise your right hand. And please state your full name. I.
Mark Salinas,
And please repeat after me. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this
obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter as mayor of the city of Hayward.
And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter as mayor of the city of Hayward.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. Congratulations again. Please take your seat. Thank you. All right. Thank you, City Manager. Next, I'd like to call to the dais Ms. Julie Roche. Please come forward.
Get the condensing.
Good. All right. All right. So, Ms. Julie Roche, please raise your hand. And would you please state your full name?
I, Julie Roach,
And would you please repeat after me? Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter as council member of the city of Hayward.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter as council member of the city of Hayward.
Very good. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Councilmember.
Thank you.
I'm going to have you sign. If I could please have you. Yes. Just sign. Certificate. Another picture opportunity. All right. Thank you. Yes. Okay. That's fine. Please join us. All right. Thank you. Now, last but not least, I'd like to call on George Sire. Please come forward. Yes.
I got this
Follow
one.
This one? There we go. All right. There. Good. There. All right.
Good? All right.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Mr. Dorosar. Please raise your right hand, and would you please state your full name?
I, George Chenway Syrup,
And please repeat after me. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter as council member of the city of Hayward.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter as council member of the city of Hayward.
Congratulations, council member.
Thank you.
All right. we have one more certificate. All right. Congratulations, and please join us at the dais. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now present you to the City Council. And Mayor Salinas, I now turn the meeting to you.
So now the meeting's mine. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Well, it is customary that council members and the mayor provide remarks. So why don't I start with Council Member Roche, and then I'll go to Council Member Syrup.
Thank you, Mayor Salinas. Wow. So I'm usually sitting up here as the planning commissioner, and there's no one ever in the audience. Or if there is, it's just a few people. So this is quite a different feeling. And I'm so happy and honored to be here today. And I first want to thank my colleagues. Mayor Salinas, congratulations. As I think Kelly McAdoo, you'll be my first mayor, so this will be my first experience, although I'm sorry I didn't get to serve under Barbara, but I'm so happy to be here. So Mayor Salinas, congratulations. Council members Angela Andrews and Elisa Marquez and Francisco Zemania, thank you so much for your support and getting me here today. I'm so honored to be able to serve with you. Council member George Syrup, congratulations. We did it. We went through this long road, and I'm so pleased to be here together. And former, Mayor Halliday, thank you so much for your support. I think you might have a second career in radio advertising, because if anyone got Barbara's robocall, she was so good. She was so good out there. Thank you so much for your support and for your dedication to Hayward. I'm just so happy for you, and congratulations on your retirement. And to former council member, Todd Sunsbury, Sarah Landman, congratulations on your move to Hard. I look forward to collaborating with you. I think we're going to get a lot of things done between the city and Hard. I'm looking forward to that. And congratulations to Senator Wahab. I wish you the best of luck in Sacramento, and I hope we get to continue to work together now for the best of Hayward. So congratulations and good luck. Let's see. I want to move on. I'm truly honored to be sitting here, but I certainly didn't get here alone. I sit here because over 11,000 residents voted for me, which is amazing and awesome, and I'm so honored by that. And I don't take that honor lightly, and I promise to do my best and work hard for you and continue to talk to people in the community, because that's really what sort of informed me as I moved along in the campaign and got me here today. So thank you. There are a number of organizations that helped get me here, but a few that I really want to call out. Hayward Fire 1909. They were the hardest interview I had. They really made me sweat for it, and I know they don't give their support lightly, but I was so honored to have it, and they worked really hard for my campaign, and I'm so grateful. So thank you to Hayward 1909 and Sam, Carter, and Andrew. I just really appreciate it. The Hayward Chamber of Commerce and Good Government Now, they were early supporters of my campaign and really helped buoy me as I move forward. And I thank you. I think Jorge is here somewhere, so thank you very much. A special shout out to local laborers 304 and Carpenter 713. They were out on the weekends working for my campaign, and I just can't tell you how grateful I am for that. It was so hard being out there walking on the weekends alone sometimes, and knowing that there were people out there doing it. It was an amazing gift. I also want to thank the Teamsters and SEIU who also helped me along the way. I'm so appreciative. And many other organizations, the Hayward Democratic Party and the Alameda County Democrats. I really wouldn't be here without the sort of multitude of support that I received. And I want to thank my family. I somehow always thanked my husband at the end when I did any of these things before, and so tonight I'm going to thank my husband Robert at the beginning or early in my remarks. Robert is the reason I came to Hayward. He had an apartment at B and 4th Street, and so that was from that launching pad is how I got to know Hayward. And Robert was awesome during the campaign. He really kept things going on at home despite working a full-time job. And he was always there to reassure me and when I got to feeling nervous to make me feel better. I love you, babe. Our kids, Will and Nora, they gained a lot of independence during this campaign. They got to do a lot of things however they wanted to do it because we were gone and working. And I'm so proud of you guys. You really rose to the occasion, and they were so excited for me all along the way. My parents, Aiden and Louise Roach, who are here tonight, they were out knocking doors with me throughout the campaign, and their dog, Callie. It was awesome, and they've always been so proud of me, and thank you guys for being here tonight. I have the best brothers and sisters-in-law. My older brother, Kieran, and his wife, Elaine Roach, never hesitated when I called to hit them up for another donation, and I know they're cheering me on from afar tonight. My brother, Colin, and his wife, Colleen. Colin's here with us tonight. He was the best person to call. When your confidence wavers, you need a Colin on your side boosting you in those moments, and it worked every time. Thank you, Colin. I love you guys. I have some dear friends here with me tonight. My friends Elena and Whitney, we all got to know each other in Washington, D.C., so some of my early public service kind of comes full circle. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I really want to point out a friend, Al Mendel, former council member Al Mendel, who's really the reason I'm sitting here. He's the first one that believed in my ability to do this before I did. Thank you, Al. I mean, I think without his guidance along the way, I'm sure I would have floundered, and I thank you. I'm sure I did at times, but you helped me back up, so thank you so much. Bonnie Moss, I'm not sure if she got here or not. She was my consultant. We had so much fun along the way. She helped me get here. I highly recommend her. She just kept fighting with me along the way, and I know Barbara can attest to that because she was often over there. I want to thank Kevin Dowling, former council member. I don't know if he's here, but Kevin was never one to, he'll tell you like it is. If you want someone to be honest about what you said or did or something along the way, Kevin's going to tell you. Former Mayor Mike Sweeney, I just really appreciate your early guidance and support. He really helped me along the way early on and made me sweat that one out too for his endorsement, wherever he is. Dan Goldstein, we supported one another during the campaign. I thank you so much for your hard work. I think Dan probably hit more doors than I did, so I appreciate that, Dan. Thank you. Kelly Sullivan, my awesome treasurer. She's, I don't think she can be here tonight. She's with her daughter at water polo, so thank you, Kelly. Ray Bonilla, Planning Commissioner. He's been cheering me on since my early days on the Community Services Commission. He was always there to keep supporting me along the way, and so I thank you, Ray. Manan Jameson, I think she's here somewhere. She walked with me throughout Fairway Park. We had so much fun chatting and walking. It was great. She knew everyone in the neighborhood. I'm sure I got 1 million votes because of Manan. Thank you, Manan. Mimi Bauer, who's here. She was one of my first allies in the city. I think gave me my first recommendation for Community Services Commission. Thank you, Mimi. Bridget Lowe and Elgin, I believe they may be here somewhere, but Bridget was out there walking with me as well, and I really appreciate it. And all my Fairway Park neighbors. I promise I'm almost done. I learned so much about Hayward during the campaign. Every neighborhood I walked, every organization I interviewed, every phone conversation I had, some great phone conversations, it all helped me be a better advocate for my community, and it changed my message along the way in the campaign. I highly recommend doing all of that if you're going to run. But when I look back on my early career and my early interest in public service, because I started early, I remember feeling this way, like I needed to do something big when I was in high school. So after college, I moved to Washington, D.C., and I went there to make a difference, and I think I did, and we had a lot of fun. It was a great place to be when you're young, especially if you want to feel the world and what's going on and feel important. But I think it took coming back home, having a family and getting involved in my neighborhood and then in city commissions, that's made me realize that the best way we can all make a difference is getting involved locally. What matters to us day to day is being decided by our local city councils. So I'll leave you with this, that I encourage everyone to get involved in some way locally. It's how it's going to make a difference in your day-to-day lives. And I thank you all so much. And I'm sorry if I missed anyone. I just really appreciate everybody's support that got me here.
Councilmember Syrup.
Thank you. I just asked Councilmember Roach if I'm supposed to press the button. Let me boost the chair a little bit. I have to say it feels a little funny to be on this end of the council chamber My place always has been by the side of my fellow Hayward Community Coalition Hey Coco organizers. And now I'm counting down the days until they're right there dragging me in public. And I genuinely look forward to it because they put me here, and that's what this campaign was about. It was about having leadership that's accountable to people over profit. And I am so humbled to have been given the opportunity to serve everyone in this room. I want to thank the people of Hayward, the various neighborhood associations and community groups, the labor unions that have entrusted me with this responsibility as the only renter, the only Asian American on council. I do not take this charge lightly. I recognize that I have much to learn as the youngest council member in Hayward, and maybe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the only council member that grew up playing Pokemon. No? Okay. I'm gonna hold that. I needed a first. To that end, I want to express my genuine desire to work in good faith alongside our phenomenal staff and my new mayor and fellow council members. Everyone up here and those stepping down have given countless hours of their lives and put tremendous effort towards improving our city. I know that I've given this body my fair share of flack, but Hayward gave me the resources and the opportunities I needed growing up to be sharing these words from this seat with all of you right now. And for that, I want to thank all of you for your service in helping make this moment possible for me. The challenges that we all face are much bigger than these chambers, and the forces and the people who perpetuate them thrive when we're alienated and divided from our neighbors and our coworkers. I believe that real change comes about from the bottom up, and so while I work hard for you from this seat, I would like to make an ask of all of you that you continue to work hard for each other. Build community, take care of one another, and fight like hell. I've expressed my gratitude to a lot of folks already. You know who you are and what you all mean to me. I will do everything in my power to make you and the working families across Hayward proud to call Hayward home. Thank you and congratulations to my newly elected colleagues.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, first I want to welcome everybody to City Hall tonight. If this is your first time at City Hall, welcome. I want to start my remarks with a land acknowledgement. I begin my remarks with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the land and the peoples to whom this land belongs. This is Ohlone land, and they are still here. We stand in solidarity with all indigenous people and their right to self-determination and justice. We commit to working toward healing of generational trauma, theft, and disposition Native peoples have faced and continue to face. Before I begin my formal remarks, I want to acknowledge Mayor Barbara Halliday. Mayor Barbara Halliday has been nothing but professional, graceful, and extremely generous with her support. I want to thank Mayor Halliday on behalf of my family for organizing the best possible transition, for Letty and I. I want to thank her husband, Richard, too. Despite being on opposite sides of the ballot some years, Mayor Halliday and her husband have always been gracious and respectful. Thank you, Mayor Halliday, for your service, and thank you very much for being a good friend. Yes, you can clap that up. On August 26, 1970, there were 5 babies born at St. Rose Hospital. My mom gave birth to one of those babies, and that baby went on to become the mayor of Hayward. Thank you, Mom, and I love you very much. I also, I want to thank Letty and, what everyone has said about the toll campaigning and the toll public office has on families. Letty certainly has felt it, she feels it, and she told me not to say too much about thanking her, but Letty, I love you very much, and thank you very much for your support. I have a couple of thank yous to make. One thank you I want to mention is a good friend of mine, a fellow Schaefer Park native, and that's Sean Wilson over there, standing over there. He has been with me at all of my campaigns, and so I wanted to thank you for your support and your work over the years. I also want to thank all of the men and women of the Hayward Fire Department, all of the members of the Hayward Firefighters Local 1909, and I want to thank all of you for your support over the years, and thank you for your support, especially this year. I also want to say thank you to all of the men and women of the Hayward Police Department, the dispatchers team, and all of the members of the Hayward Police Officers Association. Thank you for your support over the years, and certainly thank you for your support this year. Campaign is hard and sometimes very lonely. I could not have done this alone. I want to thank Frank Garcia, former professor of mine, for always being there with me and campaigning with me. I certainly want to thank Omar, standing there in the back, for working on my campaigns over the years. On the high days and on the low days, we have been there. I also want to thank Matthew Dominguez, who is also a Puente student at Chabot College, who came and wanted to volunteer with me this year, and learned firsthand what real grassroots community engagement campaigning is about. I am incredibly humbled by this opportunity. I join a list of presidents and mayors dating back as far back, of Hayward presidents and mayors dating as far back as 1876. Hayward names such as John Manzer, Leander Lykin, Alfonso Bradford, Donald Latig, John Pappas, Irene Weinreb, and of course, Mayor Michael Sweeney, and now Mayor Barbara Halliday. It's humbling not only to be included on this list, but it's equally humbling to be the first Chicano Latino mayor in the city's 146 history. As you know, I was born at St. Rose Hospital, raised in Hayward's most diverse neighborhood, Schaefer Park. I'm a product of Hayward schools. Go Farmers. Go Farmers, Elisa. I'm proud of the fact that I went to Chabot College. I'm a Puente student from Chabot College. I'm a transfer student. And Letty and I are both alumni of Chabot College. My family and Letty's family are very similar to the lived experiences of Hayward families today. And these are the values that I bring with me to this chair. These are the values I bring with me to this office. And these are the values that guide me every day. We have all had a rough 33 months. We have all had to live differently, and we have all had to do things differently. If there was one takeaway I have, it is this: we have the people, the capabilities, and the resources in Hayward to meet any moment. I have 3 priorities that I want to work on as I'm here. My top priority is to establish Hayward as an education city. If you look across the chamber tonight, you will see some of Hayward's top professional educators, recreation experts, business leaders, and trades, from preschool to K-12 to trades to community college to university to graduate school. After high school, any Hayward student can go to college or go to a trade and build a quality and healthy life. We have all of the resources available to grow our own talent and make them successful here at home. Case in point is last Saturday, the council helped Max, a 22-year-old cake maker, launch his new bakery on B Street. When students like Max grow up and succeed, families thrive and our economy takes off. Investing in early childhood education, enhancing K-6 reading, writing, and math skills, and providing college students with experience that lead to careers might seem ambitious, but it's not. We are already doing this. Just look at the Hayward Promise neighborhood at Cal State East Bay. What we need to do is trust each other, commit to work together, partner resources, and ensure every system is aligned so it makes sense for families and students. I intend to work with the business community, the trades, Cal State East Bay, the school district, and Chabot College so we can formalize a citywide promise to every Hayward student. When you graduate from a Hayward school, there will be a seat waiting for you at any one of these institutions, and we will do our best to help you pay for it, you and your family. Another priority is economic development. We have a strong development team, and they have done an excellent job at helping businesses open, even during a pandemic. We do have strong economies here in Hayward. All you have to do is drive down Mission Boulevard, drive down Tennyson, and drive through the industrial area. Business can and do thrive in Hayward. In the past 6 months, we lost 2 good restaurants in downtown. It hurt, I know. However, we have an active downtown merchant community, and they have demonstrated that they can bring people out to downtown for all kinds of entertainment. I am focused on downtown Hayward, and with the Chamber of Commerce and our economic development team, I plan to focus resources to replace what we lost, and with council's innovative thinking, spark more entrepreneurs to come to Hayward and do business. While I work on my priorities, I will not let go of the strategic initiatives that the community has set for us to accomplish. I am committed, as all of my colleagues are, to improving the quality of life here in Hayward. We have a plan for our unhoused population, and I will see that investment through. We have a good housing plan, and I am committed to that plan, as I am sure all of us are. Finally, I plan to work with the council, the city manager, and the police chief to invest appropriately in our public safety. Our police department is understaffed. We need to recruit, train, and appoint more culturally proficient patrol officers who believe in community policing. Simultaneously, we need to make sure our investment in the HEART unit is funded, staffed, and prepared to respond to cases that require mental health services. It's policy balances like these that will improve safety and put us on a path to equity. Happy holidays, and be safe this holiday season. Okay, so I appreciate, we just have 15 more items. No, I'm kidding, we don't. I'd like to close that item, move on to item number 2, which is Mayor Pro Tem election, adoption resolution authorizing the election of Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Hayward for 2023. And I believe the city manager, the city clerk, city clerk, go ahead and take this off.
Very good, Mayor
Or kick this
Salinas.
off.
Mayor Salinas, thank you. The first item before you is the Mayor Pro Tem election. It is Hayward's policy to elect the Mayor Pro Tem following the installation of those newly elected members of the City Council. The Mayor Pro Tem performs the duties of the mayor during the mayor's absence or disability for the term of 1 year from January 1st to December 31st. Prior to being elected to Mayor Pro Tem, a council member will have served at least 2 years in the council. Attachment 2 of this item contains the list of members who have previously served as Mayor Pro Tem. Should this council wish to continue that tradition and that selection process, Councilmember Andrews would be the next eligible council member to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. That, Mayor Salinas, concludes that brief overview of the item. Staff is recommending that council adopt a resolution electing the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Hayward for the calendar year 2023. Next, Mayor Salinas, you may open public comment and then follow with discussion and council action.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'd like to move to public comment. Does anybody have a public comment to make? Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments. Oh, no? Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments and see if any of my colleagues have a question or comment.
Mayor Salinas, I would like to move Mayor Pro Tem election and nominate Councilmember Angela Andrews to serve as our Mayor Pro Tem.
Moved by Councilmember Marquez, seconded by Councilmember Francisco Zermeño. Is there any question by or comments of the council? Seeing none, I'd like to congratulate Councilmember Andrews to now Mayor Pro Tem Andrews.
And Mayor Salinas, if I may.
Wait.
If I may.
Hold the applause. I might have messed up.
It's okay. It's only the first item, Mayor Salinas.
Okay.
Yes, if you allow me to, I'd like to just call the roll.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Since we don't have,
yes, right. That's right. You got to call the roll.
Yes, and since we don't have the technology ready, we'll do a voice vote.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you very much. Councilmember Andrews?
Aye, and I'll make a comment after.
Yes. Councilmember Marquez?
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Roche?
Aye.
Councilmember Syrup?
Aye.
Councilmember Cermeño?
Sí.
Mayor Salinas?
Yes.
Thank you. And that gets approved with 6 affirmative votes.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council. When I was elected, I was sworn in on Zoom in slippers. So I really appreciate all you all being out here tonight, and I look forward to being year number 2 and helping you out throughout the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our next item is the council vacancy process, adoption of resolution approving a process for filling a 2-year term of the city council vacancy. I think I'm going to have the city manager kick this off. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Salinas. If we could bring up the PowerPoint presentation, please. Thank you. Geraldine's doing double duty up here. Great. If we could advance to the next slide. I don't have the remote. Thank you. Just a quick background. Wanted to, obviously, this evening we only have 6 council members sitting up here on the dais. As Mayor Salinas took his seat, he left vacant a 2-year term, remaining 2-year term through December 2024. The City Charter Section 501 requires that the council either fill the vacancy through a means that is to be determined by the council, or to proceed with a special election and to call for that election within 30 days following the occurrence of the vacancy. If the council chose to proceed with the special election or failed to make an appointment by the 30th day, that special election would occur as an all-mail ballot election that would be held on May 2nd, 2023. Next slide, please. So if staff would propose the following as an appointment timeline. So if the council approves the appointment process this evening, the city clerk would issue the notice of the council vacancy tomorrow, and applications would be available online and in the city clerk's office. Applications would be due by January 3rd by 9 a.m. That evening, on January 3rd, there would be a special council meeting for the council to accept the applications and confirm the interview process. By January 5th, the council would then select up to 5 applicants to interview. The city clerk would notify applicants, and on January 9th, the special council meeting interviews would be held, and at that point, hopefully an appointment would be made and the swearing in of a new member, or at that point, if no appointment is made, the council would direct the city clerk to call for a special municipal election. Next slide. Just a quick fiscal consideration, a special all-mail ballot election, because it is not consolidated with other elections in the county, would cost the city between $9 and $11 per voter. If we estimate 80,000 registered voters in Hayward, the cost to the city would be approximately $720,000 to $880,000 just for that one election. And with that, the staff recommends the council adopts a resolution affirming the process for filling the unexpired term of Councilmember Salinas, and calls for a special election if the appointment process is unsuccessful. And we're available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to first turn it over to my colleagues and see if there's any questions regarding this issue to staff. Councilmember Syro.
Thank you. I know that this process has been used before. I'm curious as to why we can or can't put it into the council member handbook and codify this as the alternative to the special election.
That is a prerogative of the council. That would require us to amend the council handbook. I think if the council desires to do that, we could do that. And obviously, future councils could change that process if they chose to do so, as the handbook is an administrative document. So that we will be having a retreat in February, so that might be a topic for discussion for the council at that point.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'll see if there's any public comment. And we do have one public commenter, Ms. Shireen Purcell.
Very quickly, I've been informed by some council members that there are other options, and rather than spending all the money on an election, why not just pick the third next place person in the voting, put that in the handbook, people's will. That's all I have to say. So I think the third vote getter in this last election should be the next council member, rather than waste all this time and money. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other public comment? Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments and then turn it back over to council and see if there's any more questions and or a motion.
Can I make a comment before we start?
You sure can.
Just in our council, in our packet, we were given sort of history of what's happened in the past. In most recent history, there were 2006 and 2014. When we were faced with this before, there was the process that the staff is recommending, and it seemed to work well. And so from where I'm sitting, the sort of fair and open process should continue in that way, so I'm supportive of the staff's recommendations.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah. Councilmember Cermeño.
I guess my button isn't working. My computer's not working.
Yeah, I don't have the.
No problem.
We'll have it next time.
I agree with colleague Roche. So with that in mind, I move as per staff's recommendation.
So Councilmember Francisco Cermeño has moved staff's recommendation. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Seconded by Councilmember Roche. And I'd like to turn to the city clerk to take a roll.
Yes, Mayor Salinas. Councilmember Andrews.
Aye.
Councilmember Marquez.
Aye.
Councilmember Roche.
Aye.
Councilmember Syrup.
Yes.
Councilmember Cermeño.
Yes.
Mayor Salinas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to close item number 3 and then move on to council reports and announcements. Yeah, Councilmember Marquez.
I'll be brief. I'm doing a toy drive in collaboration with Councilmember Angela Andrews. For those that would like to participate, it's toy, non-perishable food items, gift cards, and those items are going to be donated to La Familia Counseling Service, Glad Tidings Church, South Hayward Parish, and downtown street teams, as well as Eden Youth and Family Center. It's going to be this Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. outside Hayward City Plaza. We're going to get it catered from a local vendor, hot chocolate, coffee, and other pastries. So please come out and support these efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. And I wanted to just let all of the council members, and of course Mayor Halliday, who have their parking signs. A good option to put the parking signs is you put them on an A-frame sign and you keep them in the back of your car. And anywhere you go in the city, like at Cal State East Bay, it is the most difficult place to find a parking. You go right to the front, you put it out there, you'll always have parking. Okay. I'll close council reports. There are no. Councilmember Francisco Cermeño.
It's good to see everybody here. I would love to see everybody or this place full every Tuesday that we meet, but alas, it does not happen. And with that in mind, happy holidays, Feliz Navidad, and Bon Noel.
So I'll close council reports and announcements. There are no council referrals, and I want to invite everyone downstairs. There's a reception downstairs, and it is my honor to close and adjourn my very first council meeting.